Yogis, it's Kim. We're going to do a fun little flow today, have some hip openness and strengthening and some balancing. So let's start off in a tabletop, roughly wrists under shoulders, strong through the fingertips, knees roughly under hips here. Push the earth away so that we sort of actively neutralize through the spine here and just sort of roll for just a second. We're rolling around over the wrists, spreading the weight through the whole fingertips. Good. And then bring this type of action into the hips more too. So you may need to walk the knees back a little bit further. As we circle around, we start to drop the hips and lift them, maybe alternating between directions. So taking a circle to the right and taking a circle to the left. And one more each way, or a couple more to even yourself out. And then walk the knees back in if you had to walk them wide. Stabilize. Bring this right leg out to the right. So keep the knee bent here. And now try to even out the weight in the hands and level out through the hips. And then lower the right knee to hover. Bring the right knee out to the side. Lower it to hover. Keep opening back apart. Out to the side. Lower to hover. Just twice more. Out to the side. Lower to hover. Last one. Out to the side. Lower to hover. And then step this right foot sort of off to the right. Kind of forward, a little off to the side. And just move through this hip here. Drawing circles. The foot can be flat. You can lift toes. You can lift heel. You can start to straighten the knee and bend it. Good. And then walk this right foot out so it's in line with the hip. So we add it forward first. Now it comes directly out. Point all the right toes towards the top of the mat. There's a little modified child's pose. So sink the sit bones back onto the left heel. I'm going to try to keep the right foot grounded and then let the torso go. Breathe into the right hip, but breathe also into the inner right leg. Let the exhales be full. Let the inhales expand the hip and the back body. Working towards grounding the pinky toe of the right foot here, but not stressing if it doesn't go all the way. Breathing into the low back. Lift the hips up from here. Stack the wrists over the shoulders. Keep that right leg out to the right. Wrap the eyes, the elbows forward. Open through the back of the heart. Lift the right leg straight out to the side. And now bend the right knee. Cross the ankle. So my right ankle crossed in front of my left thigh. And I tucked the right toes and then lift up. So I've got a little figure 4 shape. Activate the glutes here to press the hips forward and then relax them a little bit. Press the hips forward. Relax a little bit. 3 more. Press forward. The arms can really do anything here. Release. Active. Release. Last one. Activate. And then release. Hands back down here. Step the right knee in line with the left knee. We'll find the other side. So set your tabletop. Strengthen your tabletop. Open back of heart. Activate through the left glute. Keep the left knee bent. Open it straight out to the side. Take a second. Even the weight in the hands as much as you can. Even the leveling of the hips. Lower the left knee to hover. Open out to the side. Fire hydrant. Lower to hover. Open to the side. Lower to hover. Twice more. Open to the side. Lower to hover. Last one is all. Open to the side. Lower to hover. And now step that left foot sort of up and wide. So it's semi in line with the hands, but off to the side, and we're circling around through the hips. This can really look like anything. It's just an opportunity for you to move in your own body and to sync that with your breath. Good. From here, walk that left foot straight out to the side so it comes straight out from the left hip now. Angle all those little left toes forward, untuck the right toes if they tuck, sit back on the right heel. We're working towards grounding this left foot, and then we'll walk the torso low, let the head go. Little modified child's pose. Breathe into the hip and into that inner left leg. Take a moment to check in with the left foot, working towards grounding without over-activating to do it. Breathing into the back body, into the low back. And then lift your way up from here. Set wrists, hands under shoulders, active fingers, active torso. Pluck up this left leg straight out to the side. And then set this left ankle, cross it over the right shin, tuck the right toes. Left toes and left knee come to the earth. So I made a figure 4 shape and lift the torso. So left knee is on the earth, ankle in front of thigh, toes are on the earth. Activate the glutes to press the hips forward and then release that a little bit. Again, activate glutes so the hip points come forward. Release that back a little. 3 more. Activate, release, activate, release. Last one. So we're using the glutes. Activate to extend through the fronts of the hips. Release. Hands back down onto the earth. Step the knees in line. Walk the hands a little forward. Strong fingertips. Wrap the eyes of the elbows forward. So if that means that the ankles need to go just slightly out, the fingers need to go just slightly out, that's fine. Tuck the toes. Get long through the side body, through the arms, and then start to lift the hip points up and back. Keep a bend in the knees here, and just start to pedal out the legs a little bit, one at a time. Good. And then find some stillness in your downward dog. Even as we lengthen and we start to melt the heart, we actually still knit the ribs in. So there's some of these opposite things happening. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back, cheetah pose. Bend the right knee, come forward to a plank as we bring the right knee in towards the nose, open back of heart. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, cheetah pose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Next one is funky lizard. So as we come forward, pinky toe side of the right foot goes in the middle of the mat, between the hands. The right knee wings out to the side, tent the fingertips. So my right ankle is really strong. My right arm is actually in front of my right shin here. And then I'm going to start by extending and bending this right leg, and I'm really not going to worry about if it goes straight all the way. Just breathing, keeping that activeness in the ankle, keeping the right arch engaged, and then bend the right knee. And now we'll pulse up and down. So use the arms to kind of pump up and down. The legs can help here some too. From here, we're going to come up. We're going to work on extending the right leg, hollow out through the body, plant the sole of the right foot, standing L. Spring off the back leg, walk the hands forward. They can go on a block. Soften the right knee if you need. Level out the hips here. Breathe. Fire hydrant. So this is our standing balance fire hydrant. Fire hydrant is in like what your dogs do when they find a fire hydrant. So slice this left leg straight out to the side. Use that glute. And now figure 4. Bend the left knee, ankle on top of right thigh. Now bend the right knee. Lift your way up. We're in a little figure 4 balance. Good. Take a moment, lengthen the low back. Keep this shape, but stand up tall and lift this left leg up. So I've got this dancing Shiva shape. You can find something comfortable for the arms. Hollow the low belly, lengthen the low back. Now keep that length in the low back. We're going to swivel around this left hip until that left shin gets behind us and it still crosses the body. Pause here. You can always soften the right knee. Lengthen the tailbone down. So activate the glutes to press the hip points forward. Warrior two. Bend the front knee, reach back, left heel down, open up to the side of your mat. Right toes face forward, ground through the feet, lengthen up through the pelvic floor, through the waist, crown of the head floats. Reach, 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 reach towards the top of your mat. Keep this right knee tracking, sort of in line with the hip and the ankle. Bend the right forearm, set it, bend the elbow, set the forearm on the thigh. Reach the left arm forward, palm down. Now ground into the left leg, lengthen the low back. One breath here. From this, kick the right toes in so they're at a 45. Lift the left toes up. And then start to lower the hips. You'll lose the weight of the forearm on the thigh. And you can put the hands down and stay pretty high here, or you can go all the way down to Skandasana if that feels good. And now we're gonna use the activeness of this right glute. Push, spin around to the top of your mat, plant the hands, step the right foot back, lower knees, lower chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra, hip points down, retract the shoulders. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend the left knee, come forward, knee towards nose, open back of heart. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, cheetah, come forward, knee towards nose, open back of heart. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, funky lizard. So come forward, open back of heart, pinky toe side of the left foot in the middle of the mat, in between the hands, 10th of fingers. So active in the ankle, and this left knee wings out to the left, and my shin is behind my forearm. Start by extending and bending this left knee. So again, it does not have to extend all the way. We're just working through our own bodies, linking it with the breath. And then rebend the left knee. We're gonna go up and down so the elbows can bend and extend as we sink the hips and we lift up. Still breathing. And then from here, extend that left leg as much as you can to plant the sole of the left foot. Spring off this back leg, standing L. So hands can go on the earth or some sort of props. Soften the left knee, level the hips here. And then fire hydrant. Slice this right leg out to the side. Fire through the outer hip. Figure four, bend the right knee, ankle on the left thigh. Now go ahead and bend the left knee and lift the torso up. So now we're in our figure four. Balance. Pause. Lengthen the tailbone down. Now keep the balance, keep the shape of this left hip. Extend the left knee and lift, keep the shape of the right hip. Lift that right leg up in space. Let the arms go comfortable, so I like cactus arms here. Swivel around from the right hip, so keep the bend in the knee roughly. Swivel around in the hip socket until that right shin is behind you. And then fire through the glutes, so we lengthen the tailbone, press the hips forward. And then warrior two, soften the left knee. Big controlled step back and find your way to your warrior two. Ground into the feet here, lengthen up, find your breath. Reach, 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 reach forward. So I say reach so many times because I want to think about this length. And then bend the left elbow, forearm on thigh. And we're not collapsing into it. It's just a little something to help. Right arm reaches forward, palm down. Ground through the right leg so that you can activate and open up. Kick the left toes in at a 45. Lift the right toes up. And then start to sink the hips lower. So you'll loosen up and you can bring the hands to the earth and work from here, or you can go all the way low. I'm working to have this left heel in contact with the earth here. And then find that activeness in the left hip, in the glutes, in the inner legs to lift up, spin around, low lunge at the top of the mat, step the right foot back. This time either knees, chest, chin, or lower only halfway, chaturanga. Inhale to open, whatever you do, retract shoulders. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Let's move through that whole thing a little bit faster. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, funky lizard, pinky toe side of the right foot in the middle of the mat. Wing the knee out, tent the fingers. Take just a second here, whatever you need. Warrior 3, extend the right leg, plant the sole of the foot. Think about standing L, spring forward, and then float the hands up. Try to really level through the hips. With the hands floated, if that works for you, fire hydrant, slice this left leg out to the side, figure 4 balance. Bend the left knee, ankle on thigh, bend the right knee. Find figure 4 balance. Dancing Shiva, straighten the right leg, float the left shin, cactus the arms, and then swivel around from the left hip until that left shin crosses behind you. Lengthen the tailbone down, activate the glutes. Warrior 2, big controlled step back, land. Extended side angle. Reach forward, either forearm on thigh, or it can start to go closer to the earth, but I keep the heart lifted. Left hand reaches forward, palm down. Skandasana. Kick the right toes in, lift the left heel up. Start to lower the hips down, working towards right heel on the mat. Low lunge. Power in the legs to spin you around, either downward facing dog or any vinyasa that you would like. And cat-cow counts as a vinyasa. It's just a way of moving our bodies with our breath. 1 breath in downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, funky lizard, pinky toe side of the foot in the middle of the mat. Wing the knee out. Do what you need for a second here. Warrior 3, plant the left foot. Spring forward. Think about standing L. And then float the hands. You can always soften the left knee. We're working towards leveling the hips. Play with keeping the balance. Fire hydrant. Slice the right leg out to the side. And then figure 4, bend the right knee, ankle on thigh. Start to bend the left knee, lengthen the tailbone. Dancing Shiva, extend the left leg, float this right foot. Maybe there's a little cactus in the arms. Swivel from the right hip all the way around until that right shin crosses behind you. Within this, activate the glutes, press the hips forward. Warrior 2, big controlled step back. Take a second to land. Reach forward, extended side angle. Pivot, reach the right arm forward, palm down. Think about that openness and that length. Kick the left toes in at a 45. Lift the right toes to the ceiling. Start to lower down for Skandasana or your variation. Think about the power in the legs, kind of like they're pulling towards each other. And as you do, the hips lift. We'll spin around to the top of the mat, low lunge, and then any way you would like to get to downward facing dog. Take a breath when you get to downward dog. From this downward facing dog, you may want to walk the feet a little bit wider if you need a little extra stability or if you know that you're a little bit tight. Press into the right hand so we get extra strong there and get light in the left hand. So come up on the fingertips first and then maybe that hand just floats up. Reach back, grab the outside of the right ankle, with this left hand, and then try to level everything out. So level the hips, even out through the shoulders. So I'm still on center here. I'm like still looking between the legs. And now start to twist. So I start to look under the armpit. And maybe you start to breathe some extra space into the side body. Unfurl from here. Set the left hand down. And then from here, we'll start to shift the weight into the left hand. Get up on the right fingertips, and then float the right hand off. Reach cross body, grab the outside of the left ankle with the right hand. We're on center to start. So level the hips, level the shoulders. I'm still looking kind of either between the feet or between the legs. Let the head go some. And now we'll start to twist. So gently pull with the right arm to rotate the spine. So now I'm looking under the left armpit. Breathe space into the side body. Keep pushing the earth away so we don't collapse into the left arm. And then unfurl from here, downward facing dog. One more time through from downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, come forward, pinky toe side of the right foot in the middle of the mat. Wing the knee out to the side. Warrior 3, extend the leg, plant the foot. Spring that left leg up, level the hips. Slice this left leg off to the side. Figure 4, left ankle on the thigh, bend the right knee, lengthen the tailbone down. Dancing Shiva, extend the right leg, float the left one, spin around from the hip until this left shin crosses behind you, lengthen the tailbone down. Warrior 2, reach forward to step back with control. Take a moment to land. Reach forward for extended side angle. Pivoting, reaching the left hand forward, palm down. Skandasana, kick the right toes in, lift the left toes into the air, start to bend the right knee, and we'll try to bring the sit bones all the way down to the earth. So if you need to sprinkle the fingertips to the earth to do that, please feel free to. If you need to adjust where this right foot is to be a little more comfortable, you can do that as well. So we're going to take some side body length here. So take the left hand, grab the right ankle, reach up with the right arm, bicep by the ear. You can use this left hand to sort of gently rotate the ribs over. Stay active in the left toes, and then start to kind of lengthen over towards the left side. And you can stay right here like this. If you have the openness, you can go all the way down, maybe grab the left toes with the right hand, but make sure you keep rotating up. So you tuck the torso under the arm and then you rotate open. Another breath here. And then unfurl, lift your way back up, press into the earth to lift the sit bones up. Magnetize the legs together to lift the hips. Spin around, low lunge at the top of the mat. Any way you want to get to downward facing dog, do so. When you've gotten to dog, take a breath. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, wing that knee out to the side, funky lizard. Warrior 3, plant the left foot, spring the right leg up, find your balance here. And then slice this right leg out to the side, bend the right knee, ankle on thigh, figure 4, balance, soften the left knee. Dancing Shiva, straighten the left leg to lift the right shin. And then swivel around from the hip until that right shin crosses behind you. Lengthen the tailbone down. Warrior 2, with as much control as you can, step back, open it up, land. reach, 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 reach forward. Extended side angle, reach the right arm forward, palm down. Kick the right toes into 45, lift the right heel, start to lower the butt down more, Skandasana. And then we'll bring the sit bones all the way to the earth. So if you need the fingertips, use them to help out. Once you've landed, adjust this right foot as you need to feel like you've got the space to move here. And then that right hand grabs hold of this left shin, and we get tall. And we reach this left arm up, bicep by ear. And we gently pull with the right arm to twist open. And then we can reach over towards the right. And it can be as simple as this. Some of us will go further down. If those toes feel fairly close, you can grab them, but really keep rotating the heart open, trying to stack torso on top of leg and sort of under or inside of that left arm. Stay active through the right foot. Keep the left knee trying to face the sky. Let the head go. And then unfurl, lift your way up from here. Press into the earth to get the butt up. And then magnetize the legs together, lift the hips, spin around to the top of the mat. And this time, let's just step the left foot back, lower the knees, untuck the toes, find our way into child's pose. Take a breath into the back body here. Take a breath into the hips. Let yourself release with each exhale. Roll your way up. So we're seated on our shins, one vertebrae at a time, letting the head be last. Lower the hips over to a side. We're going to come to a seat. Bring the legs out in front of you. Bend the knees, soles of the feet on the earth. We'll find just a gentle twist here. So set yourself up with the knees bent and facing the sky. Legs can be together or they can be a little apart, but if they're apart, just keep active with this. Sprinkle the right fingertips behind you. You can bend the elbow and kind of wrap that shoulder around. And then either left elbow to the outside of the right leg, or you can grab onto that leg. Gaze is somewhere that's comfortable. Connect with the feet. And then from that grounded place, lengthen up through the spine. And then unfurl from here, just the other side. So sprinkle the left fingertips behind you, soften the elbow, wrap around, so wrap that elbow back. Lengthen up through the right arm. Either elbow outside of left thigh, or you can hug onto this left leg. Whatever suits your body, but find that twist. Think about the feet. Connect with the feet here, and then lengthen up from that place. Let the breath be full. And then unfurl back to center here. We'll grab behind the thighs. So wrap the arms behind the thighs here. Lengthen and try to get the belly to connect with the thighs. So again, if you need to adjust anything, do so. Kind of hug yourself in and then start to soften. Let the head go here. And even though we'll use the arms and the shoulders to help ourselves out, let them find a little more ease. Let the shoulders go a little bit. Breathe into the upper back here, into the shoulders, into the neck. And then lifting your way up out of this. Grab hold of the back of the thighs. You're welcome to walk the feet further forward. And then slowly, seeing if you can get each vertebrae to hit one at a time. Roll your way back all the way onto the back body. When you've gotten there, if it's comfortable for the low back, extend the legs. Let them be a little wide. Let the toes roll off to the sides. Bring the arms by the side body, but a little away, palms up. Tuck the shoulder blades under you. Savasana. Notice the ground beneath you. Sink down into it. Giving yourself this time to surrender. This time to be still. Please stay here for as long as you'd like. Thanks so much for joining. Peace for the body, peace for the mind, and peace for the spirit.